Hello guys, welcome to my Yahado TV. Please click the like and subscribe button and hit the bell button for more updated videos.
10. Lasiodora parahybana. Bigger is always better, that can often be the mantra of someone new to the hobby. Many keepers become fascinated with large tarantulas after learning some of these beasts get to 9 inches plus in size. Unfortunately, some of the larger genera like Pamphobeteus and Theraphosa have husbandry requirements and temperaments that can make them too advanced for many keepers. However, for those new to the hobby who are looking for something big, the L. parahybana is the perfect choice. This large terrestrial has been said to reach sizes of 10 inches, although 8 inches is probably more common. Although slings and juveniles can be a bit skittish, flicking hair when disturbed, most adults are calmer and make great display teas. 9. Chromatapelma cyaneopubescens. Many first-time keepers are immediately enticed by some of the more colorful species available on the market. Unfortunately, if they do their research, they will soon discover that the P. metallica, M. balfouri, and H. lividum are advanced teas that would normally prove overwhelming for the new keeper. Enter C. cyaneopubescens, or the GBB. This stunning species sports amazing colors, and its easy husbandry makes it a wonderful entry-level tarantula. GBBs are voracious eaters, only refusing food when they are in pre-molt, and they have a reasonably fast growth rate, which is great for the impatient keeper. They are also prolific webbers, making for a beautiful display animal. 8. Euathlus parvulus. The Euathlus parvulus or Chilean gold burst is a wonderful beginner species that is often overlooked by new hobbyists. This medium-sized tarantula, females get about 4 to 4.5 or so, has a slow growth rate, meaning it'll be with you for a long time. This is a docile species that can be a bit skittish, but is generally calm overall. Mine has never flicked a hair or given me a threat posture, and it usually just sits calmly when I perform maintenance. The Euathlus parvulus also a bit more active than some of the pet rock species, although it will spend much of its time just sitting out in the open. Care is simple, a standard terrestrial setup with dry substrate, a cork bark hide, and a water dish is all they will need to thrive. Mine does well in temperatures 70 to 76 in the winter and 74 to 80 in the summertime, but adults would be perfectly comfortable in temps down to the mid-60s. For folks with cooler home temps in the winter, this would be a tarantula you could keep without needing supplementary heat. This species likes it dry, so there is no need to moisten the substrate or spray the enclosure. Dry substrate with a water dish is all it will need. My Euathlus is a good eater and has only refused food before a molt. Currently, she gets 1 large, or 2 if they are a bit smaller, crickets once a week or so. As a slow-growing species, this one doesn't need a ton of food to be happy and healthy. 7. Grammostola rosea, porteri. For years, the Grammostola rosea, or Rosie, as it's often referred to, was the most recommended beginner species. This readily available, inexpensive tarantula is recognized for its extreme hardiness and a supposedly tractable disposition. Although other species have emerged over the years that have proven to be better first teas, the Grammostola rosea shouldn't be overlooked. For someone looking to get their first tea, this slow-growing, long-living species can be a great choice. With the porteri reaching a max size of about 6 inches, it is a fairly good-sized display tea as well. Grammostola rosea porteri slings can usually be purchased for under $10, and adult females can be acquired for around $30, making this species very affordable. The Grammostola rosea porteri are very simple to care for. Supply them with dry substrate, a hide, and a water dish. I do not moisten overflow the dish as this species abhors wet sub. This species will tolerate temps in the mid-60s, so for folks with cooler home temps, this species could be ideal. 7. Grammostola rosea, porteri. For years, the Grammostola rosea, or Rosie, as it's often referred to, was the most recommended beginner species. This readily available, inexpensive tarantula is recognized for its extreme hardiness and a supposedly tractable disposition. Although other species have emerged over the years that have proven to be better first teas, the Grammostola rosea shouldn't be overlooked. For someone looking to get their first tea, this slow-growing, long-living species can be a great choice. With the porteri reaching a max size of about 6 inches, it is a fairly good-sized display tea as well. Grammostola rosea porteri slings can usually be purchased for under $10, and adult females can be acquired for around $30, making this species very affordable. The Grammostola rosea porteri are very simple to care for. Supply them with dry substrate, a hide, and a water dish. I do not moisten overflow the dish as this species abhors wet sub. This species will tolerate temps in the mid-60s, so for folks with cooler home temps, this species could be ideal. 6. Grammostola pulchripes. The Grammostola pulchripes or Chaco golden knee is a beautiful terrestrial species that can reach an impressive size of 8. Like other Grammostolas, this one is a slow grower, taking many years to reach maturity. However, the Grammostola pulchripes is generally recognized as having a very calm disposition, which makes it a wonderful candidate as a first tarantula. Many point to this species as one of the ones most tolerable of handling. And, for those looking for a display tea, this golden striped beauty loves to sit out in the open, meaning you'll always see your new pet. Even better, the Grammostola pulchripes is readily available, and slings can be procured for as little as $10. 5. Brachypelma Smithi. One of the most gorgeous and long-lived species, at least in my opinion, is also one of the best starter tarantulas. With its fiery red, yellow, orange leg markings set against the dark brown, black base color, this is one awesome showcase animal. The B. smithi is also known to mature into a calm, even-tempered adult, which makes it a wonderful starter tarantula. With an estimated life expectancy of 40+ years for females, you will also have decades with your new pet. Again, there are no special care requirements with this species. An enclosure with more floor space than height, dry substrate, a water dish, and a hide will suffice. Slings will want to burrow, so provide them with a few inches of sub to tunnel in. I keep mine at temps between 68 and 84, and there are no humidity requirements. 4. Grammostola pulchra. Sometimes referred to as the black lab of tarantulas, the G. pulchra is a jet-black gentle giant. Reaching sizes of 8 inches, this heavy-bodied tea is recognized for its very calm nature and is usually a species that is reluctant to flick hair and tolerates handling well. A very slow-growing species, females can live for decades while even the males can make it to 8 years. This means that if you purchase one as a sling, you will enjoy many years with this animal regardless of the sex. Like the previous species mentioned, this species does well on dry substrate with a water dish. I like to keep one corner of the enclosure a bit damp. Slings will dig, so provide them with several inches of sub to allow for burrowing. Older specimens should be provided with a hide. I keep this species between 68 and 80. 3. Eupalaestrus campestratus. Long overdue on this list, the Eupalaestrus campestratus or pink zebra beauty has long been sought after by hobbyists for its pretty appearance and its consistently gentle temperament. Folks who keep this species gush about its laid-back personality and willingness to be handled. In researching this animal, I couldn't find a single incident of one biting or kicking hair, although they are certainly capable of both. Like the other species on this list, the care for Eupalaestrus campestratus is quite elementary. As this species endures temps in the mid-60s in the wild, it's a wonderful, room temperature specimen. It should be provided with a terrestrial enclosure with mostly dry substrate. As this species does come from an area where it rains heavily for part of the year, a water dish should be provided for a bit of extra humidity. That being said, the Eupalaestrus campestratus is a very hardy and would be fine in most conditions. Things to consider: this is another slow-growing species, so a sling is likely to take quite some time to mature. Also, these haven't been as readily available in the hobby lately, making it a bit difficult to find one. 2. Euathlus sp. Red. This dwarf species is the only one I can confidently refer to as adorable. maxing out at about 3.5 to 3.75. The Euathlus sp. red is a calm, gentle, inquisitive species and a wonderful beginner. Although I don't normally handle my animals, this is a species I find myself making an exception for. Whenever I open their enclosures for maintenance, these curious little guys will calmly climb out of their cages and into my hand. Many times, they will curl up next to my thumb and just sit there. For one looking to ease into the hobby, there is no better ambassador. This is the tarantula I introduce to folks who have a fear of the animal. So cute. Husbandry for these little guys is easy. Dry substrate with a water bowl is sufficient. One overflow the bowl a bit, and I've observed that they will sometimes stand over the moist patch. They do fine at room temperature. My temps range from 70 to 84 throughout the year. I supply hides, but my girls rarely use them. 1. Brachypelma albopilosum. Things to consider. Despite its rep for being a handling-friendly spider, this species can be quite unpredictable in temperament. Many keepers admit to having psycho-roses that can be quite defensive and bitey. The G. porteri is also known to fast for long periods of time, which can be quite disconcerting for new keepers. Finally, this species is the quintessential pet rock, spending the majority of its time sitting in one spot.
With